to words. Soulful Sentiments is her first book that she has published, and she sees it as one of many editions, but it isn't the first book that she started. And she does have another one that she's currently working on. This is just a draft of the copy of Soulful Sentiments, Snippets of Inspiration. So, there will be the final copy of this book. So don't despair and say, oh my God, oh, whatever. No, don't worry about it. There will be another copy, the final copy. This is just a draft. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah for having me.
All right. Soulful Sentiments. Where do you get inspiration? Where do you draw your inspiration from?
I think from people around me, events that take place, but mostly family and friends. You know, events that they go through, things that happen to me as well. You know, I think there's always inspiration out there. You know, there's always a topic that needs to be put into words and discussed.
Now, you said that you started writing for family and friends. Is there anyone in particular that you wanted to send a message to?
These messages started off as a Jummah message. I used to receive quite a lot, and I thought, well, you know, they're not really saying what I want to say, so I started composing my own. And that's how they started. I started sending them out to contacts, WhatsApp contacts, family and friends. I'd put one on Facebook and a different one on my WhatsApp. And then, you know, from there, I got a lot of feedback, people telling me how they'd helped them, you know, get through a certain sort of difficult situation.
Wow.
Or it was just what they needed on that particular day. And this was on a weekly basis. People were reaching out to me, and that's how the book came about. I thought, well, it needs to be put into a book so I can share it with other people.
And it's not a novel or any other type of book, but it's more inspirational. Why did you
Yeah.
choose this genre to write about?
I think it came about because I'm quite a positive person. You know, I always look on the sunny side of things. A lot of my friends say that. My kids say that. They tell me I'm annoying. But I think that was my thing. I'm always looking, you know, I'm always looking at quotes, at words, you know, and quotes actually move me, you know, sometimes to tears. You know, I could read a quote and be so moved by it. And I think it was just my way of wanting to share it with everyone else, you know, let them feel what I'm feeling. And so far, you know, as I say, people have reached out to me and told me that it has helped them, that it has been exactly what they needed, that the words just resonate with them. And, you know, I think if you got something like that and you can share it, why not?
Now, is there an event that occurred in your life that made you decide to start writing about inspirational stories and share it with your family and friends?
I think, you know, we all have things that happen in our lives, and I've also gone through a series of events that have happened, traumatic ones sometimes, and I think that sort of spurs you on. You know, I always say you have a choice every day. You can choose to wake up and be miserable and unhappy, or you can choose to wake up and look at the positive side of things. So yes, it has stemmed from things that have happened in my life that, you know, have sort of been quite traumatic. But I think on every side you got to look at the good side, and you have to be positive about it.
That's true. Now, you mentioned positivity a lot, and that you are a positive person to the point that your kids find you annoying.
Very much so.
So, how important is it to have a positive mindset and positive outlook on life?
I think it's so important. You know, it affects your whole demeanor, affects your work life, your home life. If you go to work in a unhappy mood or unhappy mode, or something is troubling you, it's very hard to get through your day. And it does affect you. You don't perform as well. You're not the best husband, wife, father, you know, daughter, mother. You're just not at your optimum level. And I think that being positive changes your whole outlook and makes you a better person.
I've started my little positivity as well, because I know I'm surrounded by positive people, and they're always like, think positive, do this positive.
Yes.
So I'm now about always looking at the glass as half full and not half empty.
Empty, yes.
So I always tell people, you know what? Why are you looking at the glass as half empty? try looking at things positively, more positively, and leave the
Yes,
negativity
yeah.
aside. And then I'm reminded of also the negativity that I just showed. But anyways,
Yes,
it's a
it
learning
is.
process, and we don't just become these optimum
No.
beings in one day. Everything is a learning step. Uh, so this is just a draft copy that you have for us. Talk to us a little bit about the layer and the structure of it, because I see it's nice and cute and compact. It's little, it can fit into your bag and your purse, if a pocket perhaps,
Yes.
and it's structured with just short sayings that you have
Yeah.
over here, and I'd just like to show our viewers over there, and there's a little a drawing over there. Talk to us a little bit about the structure.
Well, it started off with a cover because the cover is actually I'm an avid amateur photographer, so it's my picture on the cover. I took that sunrise.
Wow, mashallah.
I'm really into taking pictures. That's probably another hobby of mine. I have
Mm-hmm.
many of them, and. Yes, I wanted the book. I read a book, and I don't know if your readers would have heard of it. I think there's Chicken
Mm-hmm.
Soup for Beginners, is it, or something like that? And I've read a few of these sort of motivational books, and I wanted the book to have that feel of comfort. So the illustrations, just something to add to it, to make it, to dress it up in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, the words are the most important thing. And it was meant to be one sort of quote on, or one saying on each page.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't have to read all of it. Like you say, you can just pick it out of your handbag, turn to a page, see if that's what you need. Hopefully, it gives you that little bit of boost.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then take it from there. Then the name came about. I sort of toyed with quite a few names, but Soulful Sentiments just sort of stuck with me. It's like things like when you're, because I'm hoping to start a blog, inshallah. So
I
the
mean,
name of the blog also just, when it just jumps out at you from the page. So that's what it was.
okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys just something that I open up to. It's just random. I didn't. Farah-Dinah did not say read this, or I didn't decide I'm gonna read this. I'm just going to open and read. All right, it says confidence is nothing but sheer belief in your abilities and strengths, and is the hallmark of any successful person. It helps you to realize your dreams and ambitions and makes you feel motivated and inspired. Always be positive about any task that challenges you and have the confidence that you have the skills to succeed. Believe in yourself. You can do what you set out to do. I think that is the perfect piece of inspiration for this month. We all want to
Yes.
start something new and do
Yeah.
something different. It's a new decade
Beginning of the
as
year.
well,
Yeah.
but we're still doubting ourselves,
Yeah.
and we have these negative thoughts, and it's not just within ourselves but people around us.
Yeah.
So when we read something like this here, it tells us that, you know what, you have that confidence.
Yeah.
It's within you. Just dig deep with inside, and then pull it out,
Yeah. You'll
and
find it.
you'll find it eventually. And once again, always be positive about any task that challenges you. All right, that is a beautiful quote, and you know what? I can't wait for this book to come out. Right. Moving on to more serious and
Mm.
pressing issues. Last week we had the matric results released in South
Yes.
Africa, and well, that wasn't so great if you ask
Mm.
anyone. So, what do you think about the literary levels in this country? Do you think that we are reading enough? Are we writing enough? Are we producing enough books that we can be proud of and say, "I have a book and you should read it"? Are we doing enough?
I don't think we are. I think children of today are not reading enough. And it's not just, I think, about, the set books that you get in school. It's about reading outside of that, reading maybe South African authors, people who have produced books, people who are not well known even. But I think definitely kids, adults, young adults and adults need to be reading more. We should be having campaigns, to read more. Many more book clubs available. I see there's a lot of online book clubs available, which is maybe the way to go. Makes it more accessible because nobody wants to drive out anywhere, in the evening to attend a book club. But maybe an online book club could be something that I may want to start in the future. But yes, I definitely think there needs to be a push on, more reading material. I have that with my children. I was one of those parents that read to them every single night as they grew up. And both of them never never really took an interest in reading. One of my daughters does read now. The other one, no thanks. So there needs to be a way to sort of gain their interest and get them to read more, probably on like different topics that they're interested in. But yeah, there's such a wide range of books out there, so I think it's something that we need to address.
Definitely. We need to address this, and parents also need to change their mindsets. I mean,
Yeah.
we just, we want our kids to get off our backs, and we want them to
Yes.
stop irritating us. And, we just give them, give. But
Yeah.
what are we giving them? Is
Yes.
it beneficial to them, or is it destroying them?
Yes.
And I was telling my husband the other day that I want to start reading books to my 17-month-old. Like,
Yes.
she's always asleep, when it's time for me to read, she sleeps early before I can even read. And other than that, she's always busy, always up and
Yeah.
down and doing something, and she can't sit still, and she won't sit still enough for me to read for her something. So what books would you recommend that I start reading to her?
If she's sleeping or she's, I think, going into sleep mode, just something soft, even just well, I wouldn't say a nursery rhyme, but one of those very early kiddies books that have like the one that jumps to mind is Peter Rabbit, or something very like soothing. But she will always remember. I think parents need to lead by example. I did that with my kids, but I think obviously when they're in that sort of early years, you don't always have time to read because you're a busy mum if you work and all that, so they don't always see you reading. But I think leading by example with everything, I think that really helps. But yes, definitely, even if she's still falling asleep, read to her. She will remember it.
I'll try that out. And lastly, what advice would you give to the youth or anyone who's interested in becoming a writer?
Do it now. Don't wait. I think I've been very sort of passionate about writing, I think probably all my life, but it's taken me to this point to actually do it. And I wish I'd have done it earlier. I had the interest, I had the passion, I had the maybe not the enthusiasm, but I had the topics that I wanted to write about, because now obviously I can't stop writing. So, but I would say do it now. It's not difficult. My book is on Amazon. It's not difficult to put a book on Amazon. Not difficult at all, and get it out there, share it, be motivated. Don't wait for somebody to say to you, well, what are you doing? Are you thinking about writing? Do it yourself.
Tell them I am a writer.
I am a writer, yes.
Okay.
I said to one of my friends, it's so easy to put a book on Amazon, and she retorted and said, no, but not everybody can write a book. So, but if you don't know, if you don't try, you won't know.
Exactly. And somehow the school essays that we used to write, it kind of prepared us. It's just
Yes.
that for some of us, it is something that we want to do more of. We want to get our imagination working, and we want to put all of those ideas and thoughts into paper. But for others, it's just, I just want to pass, so I'm not going to bother about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can we get your book other than Amazon? When the final copy is ready, where will it be available?
I'm hoping to have a book launch, inshallah, beginning of March. I just haven't finalized the venue yet. I'm in talks with Exclusive Books, but I may want to do my own sort of launch separately to that. So I will update on social media and share you a link. So there will be a book launch in the near future.
Inshallah, that sounds exciting, and we look forward to the book launch, and good luck with that and your future endeavors and other writing projects that you will be taking on. And do have yourself a lovely day. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah. Wa alaikum salam.
That was Farah-Dinah Ismail, the author of Soulful Sentiments, Snippets of Inspiration. The book is available on Amazon if you want a copy right now. But if you want a hard copy like this that you can keep with you wherever you go, then do wait for the book launch, which will be taking place in March, inshallah. More information on that will be coming your way. It is 11:44. Do stay with us. We will be right back after the break.
You are listening to Mariam Makwanda live on Salaam Media.
There are an estimate of 153